going on to all of my cancers out there? So please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below. Also, too, let me know what you think of this intro. Let me know what you think of this outro. I'm upgrading the quality of this channel for everybody involved, myself as well as you, because the more you know, right? I didn't know that this is the best thing for you as well as the channel. So now that I got the knowledge and I found out this, what I decided to do is I decided to upgrade the quality on y'all. So let me know what y'all think. I personally like it. I always personally loved the concept of being able to breathe underwater as well as land, right? As well as not just swimming underwater, but like the whole Aquaman theme, right? I've always loved, the mermaid theme, the Neptunian theme, right? I've always loved those types of themes. So I've always loved, and like I said before, I have water signs around me. Them and air signs are essentially the most elements that I have around me, right? So the intro is like an earth sign kind of thing because I am a Virgo, right? So it's kind of like an avatar type stuff, but it's also other half of the intro contradicts itself in that sense, or is paradoxical with the snowing effect, right? Which is water. So, and then not only that too, but I come from New York City, right? I wasn't born in New York City, but I was raised in New York City, right? Most of my life, basically. And we have this different seasons. So tell me what you think of that intro and outro. Other than that, I already laid out the cards. Somebody had actually called me before while I was in the process of making this video, so I had to stop it and redo it. So I'm just gonna go over and run over the cards, but I'm still gonna give y'all my 100%. But also before we begin to, just a few announcements. I'll make them quick. The prices of my private tarot readings are going up for two reasons. Number one, I'm getting better, which means that you're gonna get a better quality tarot reading, right? Because I've been refining my craft over and over, and y'all know me. To the ones who don't know me, you're not going to get better quality as far as tarot reading on this platform of YouTube. You're not. I'm just speaking facts. How many tarot readers have an intro? You know what I mean? How many tarot readers know their heritage and their culture and things of this nature, right? And is well spoken enough to actually be able to tell you who they are and what they are about, right? And number two, right? Aside from number one, which is the quality, number two, I don't want to put up with people who don't take my words seriously. Don't even and to be more serious with it, don't take themselves seriously. Some people will come to me and they'll have a problem on their job. And they'll go ahead and they'll ask me, well, okay, how is it that they can set themselves free? How can they be financially independent? And I'll give them the answer. How you do that is by X, Y, and Z. And they won't even bother to write it down. And it's like, it sounds to me as if you're selling yourself short. But at the same time, it's kind of a waste of time because people need to understand that I don't want to be out here. I want to do two things while I'm on this YouTube channel platform. I want to help people and I want to make money. And it's not to say that I'm hiding that from people at all. That's exactly what it is. And one is not over the other. They are both equal at that level. One is not favorited over the other. If I'm helping people and I'm not making enough money, which I wasn't before because I was lowballing myself, guess what? Time to raise the prices, right? If I'm making too much money and I'm not helping people and the quality of my advice and my wisdom goes down, guess what? I have to cut back the nonsense to myself, and I have to check myself, and I have to actually raise the quality of my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to help people. Once I'm able to help people as well as make money in order to live, and they're equal to where people are happy with what they get and I'm happy with how much money I get, I don't care. So I'm here to help you as well as get money in exchange for that. And I'm good on both fronts, and I love doing both. So cards that I come up with for the Cancer crabs are the Nine of Spears, the Temperance, the Two of Cups, the Star card, right? Excuse me, the Five of Spears, right? You have the Hierophant. Well, yeah, so let's stop right there. So what I'm seeing here, because I already have all the cards laid out, I just had to restart the video. So the Nine of Spears, the Temperance, the Two of Cups, a lot of you Cancers were dealing with someone who couldn't really interact with you because they were a little bit too paranoid and too sensitive. They weren't ready to be in a relationship whatsoever. They just made it act. They just fronted like they were ready to be in a relationship, but in actuality, they wasn't. So as a result of this, what happened is that they would try to examine everything that you did, and they thought that the reason why you were doing certain things was because you were up to some sort of ulterior motive. So the Two of Cups now represents how this is a situation where they like you, but the problem is to my Cancers, to my Cancer crabs, they're not ready yet. So what that means is that you as Cancers have to be able to check yourself and understand that because these people aren't ready yet, what's going on here is because these people aren't ready yet, this means that no matter how good you are to them, these people are going to always give you that side eye and kind of look at you, you know what I mean, squinting their eye like, what are you up to? Even when you Cancer crabs may not necessarily be on it like that. So the thing is that the Star card, right, the Star card and the Five of Spears represents, the Star card represents how it is a lot of you Cancer crabs, right, wish that the situation between the two of you can become better, but the Five of Spears represents the two of y'all have been doing so much fighting, and you kind of get the idea that even though you want things to ideally get better, more than likely they're not. So the Hierophant represents there needs to be some sort of action that's being taken now that you kind of basically get an understanding that things between the two of you are not really going to get better the way you want them to. So the Nine of Cups now is about you thinking about what is it, what kind of action can you possibly do to make sure that you and this person can see eye to eye. So the King of Cups is about you thinking about it and you come up with one answer, one real answer. The Four of Wands and the Empress, which is to go off by yourself, is to be by yourself. You realize that being single is one of the best attributes that a lot of you Cancer crabs have, especially when it comes to interacting with people who are too messed up, right? You know, knowing a lot of Cancers personally, you know, and I'm not going to put too much details out there. I was really trying to let the Cancers know that if someone isn't putting in enough effort, then you should leave that person. You know what I mean? That's as far as I'm going to go on that. So the thing is that the Ten of Cups represents how you need to leave that person alone. The relationship has ended. The Ten of Cups just represents this is just more confirmation that the two of you should not be together and that you should leave this person alone because they're too messed up. And then the thing is that the Two of Swords represents how this is a situation for you where the Two of Swords is about careful. The Two of Swords represents careful of you Cancer crabs not being too defensively sound to the point where you end up becoming offensively too sound, where you're busy looking for people to just excommunicate from your life, right? But the Two of Swords represents them in the sense that they're too worried about someone coming in and screwing them over. And then the Two of Wands represents now that you don't even have them to worry about, to even study. You've got your whole life ahead of you now after you leave these people alone. So remember, powerful people concentrate on what? Poor people concentrate on who. So, and when I say poor, I'm not necessarily talking about only finances. I'm talking about a state of mind. So the emperor, right? The emperor in the world represents Capricorn, which is the exact opposite of Cancer. The world represents Aries. Aries and Cancers are compatible. I know as oxymoronic as that sounds, actually they are compatible. Ironically enough, right? But the Emperor in the world represents that, mixed with the Two of Wands. If you pay close attention to it, this is you looking over the balcony over at your Emperor, right? That's willing to offer you the world. So if you pay attention to the story, this is you looking over your castle on the high rise, paying attention to a potential emperor or someone that's a good fit for you, who's a very good match for you, you know. And all of these things, my Cancer crabs, will help you to stay focused when it comes to trying to find who is the right one and who is not. So let's clarify the emperor so you can have a better understanding of how to identify that person. So you have the Temperance, the Fool, and you have the Eight of Cups. So one of the ways to identify the emperor is when you're interacting with someone, and the Temperance, right? They show temperance, which means patience. Cancer crabs is a zodiac sign, and Capricorn are zodiac signs of patience. So if a person is patient with you, patience, and they exhibit patience in general, as well as the ability to be resourceful, then those are very good traits, obviously. Cancer rules over resourcefulness, along with Virgo. But Cancer and Virgo have a lot of things in common, right? I'm not going to get too deep into that, right? You'll have to hit me up for that. But for a private reading or private birth chart for that, right? Explain it to you there. But all the prices are in the description box below. But the Fool also represents this person as someone who doesn't necessarily hold grudges to the point where it becomes poisonous for the relationship. And you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, there is being equity on both sides, meaning that there is fairness on both sides to where the two of you can actually interact with each other, and you Cancer crabs don't see yourselves as being cheated or slighted by the other person, because the other person is trying to one-up you, right? All of these competitive terms, one-up you, the game, leveling up, when in actuality you would realize it's mentally ill to look at life like as if it's some sort of game. You wake up one day and you realize it was never a freaking game to begin with. So let's clarify the world. What do you see as the world? Let's get a better clarification of that. The Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, the Knight of Wands. Waking up every single day with enthusiasm to see what happens the next day. Every single day is something new. Every single day is a new journey. No day is exactly the same as it was before. And that's amazing. That's what it is that you Cancer crabs want. You Cancer crabs want to be able to get to know your own souls, your own selves by breaking out of that shell. I just had an epiphany. Maybe the Cancer crabs, they want that in a partner, in a person that will challenge them to break out of their own self-sabotaging nature of being in their shells. Would you look at that? I told y'all it's a learning experience for me too, just as it is for y'all watching these videos. But anyway, because the reason why I'm saying that is because the High Priestess is a secrecy card. High Priestess represents Virgo. And Cancer represents crabs. like how you have the hermit crab. I told y'all, Cancer and Virgo have a lot in common. So how you have the hermit crabs. But what is a hermit crab? A hermit crab is essentially a crab that sheds its shell. You know what I mean? But it regains a new shell because it goes searching for a new shell. So why I'm saying that in the first place is read into that. What I'm saying is that the High Priestess is about you want to, and the Queen of Cups, you want to be with someone that the relationship, the bond between the two of you is something special. But the Knight of Wands, there's fire there, there's enthusiasm to not just be in a relationship, but live life and see what life brings and see what life holds in store. You want the world essentially to be your oyster. In the sense that literally, I mean, Cancers rule treasure that's in the ocean, whether it's pearls or whatever else, buried treasure in the ocean, right? Or treasure that's not on land, right? Jewels, gold, right? Stuff like this that's not on land, it's in the ocean. Because what is Cancer? Cancer represents oysters, any form of shellfish. And an oyster is a shellfish, but what happens? Oysters produce pearls, which is something that's considered to be valuable. And you get the World card, right? And you want someone to be able to be the catalyst for you viewing the world in a different perspective. I'm having all these realizations. So that's what it is that a lot of you Cancers want. You know, that's what the world is to you. And the Empress, let's clarify that. The Four of Swords, the Judgment, the Devil. You don't want to have to deal with someone who, you know what I mean, who's going to be super judgmental of you. And it's like getting into a world of pain and suffering with this person. And you're actually more trapped hanging out with this person than you are by yourselves. Which is good, because it means that a lot of you Cancer crabs know you have a better understanding of who you are, as opposed to not knowing who you are and finding yourselves in these types of crazy relationships. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, share the video. Peace.